So we are outside this cave entrance, which isn't much bigger than probably would look like a owlbear cave or regular bear cave. It's not very large at all, but surprisingly, it's not 100% pitch dark in there from standing outside. It looks like it's not just underground, but it very quickly turns into the underdark. This by the fact is that it's got a glow to it, and it ain't no glow of campfire, that's for sure. So Hagen starts to go in to investigate. So are you stealth in?
Yes.
Let's see how it goes.
Ooh. That would be a 19 plus. 19 plus 9, so 28.
Okay, so you stealth in, but you, in your slow movements, you detect for traps on your dexterity. Dexterity save. Dexterity saving throw, please.
Would it have been higher than my passive perception of a 16?
The passive, like,
has
you didn't say you come in looking for traps. It's like you're stealthing.
So which one?
That would be a dexterity save.
Oh, just a big stick. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Or you're trying to avoid something.
Oh, kind of low. It's an 8.
So,
I rolled a 3.
So as you come through, like I said, it's a very small cave. But you're trying to be careful not to step on anything. So you really didn't notice that there were sort of some scratches on the sides of the wall, and through them are 2 blades that spin out and cut both your thighs.
Okay.
So, let's see.
Hang on a second. Can I use that?
So, luckily they are not very deep, and it is just 4 damage on your thighs. You are able to.
How far behind them are? How many spaces behind them are?
Yeah, the sound's there for a reason.
About how far behind me are they?
Well, I'm assuming that you went in to check.
A little bit,
yeah,
maybe. Try to stay a space or 2 ahead just to check.
After your cut, you see where those come from.
I would whisper behind me, "Careful! There's a trap with blades."
Do you want to do anything about it, or?
Let me see. I'm trying to remember if there's a way I can mark it.
Glancing down at the floor, is it a pressure trap?
What did I feel it when I landed on the trap? Did I feel myself set it off? Like, obviously it went off. I didn't know if maybe I stepped on something that went click.
Do you want to get close enough to blades to investigate it? Or do you want to do something about the blades?
See, that's what I was trying to think about. What could I do?
I think there was the scratches on the wall. You saw that came out.
Where is my... It's the wrong way.
Those old scratches.
Yeah, like 4 damage.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get y'all.
I had 2 each leg.
Oh, like when the blades come out, they come out like blades this way, like that.
No, they came out through the scratches, so they're very easy.
So there's the thin slit they're coming out of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have pittons, 10 of them. We'll jam a pitton into the slit.
Oh, I can't imagine you have those.
Yeah.
What?
They come with one of the packs I had.
That's called sarcasm.
Oh.
Might happen to know what you have or not have.
Yes, I will. I will jam a pitton in each one of them.
What is that?
A pitton? It's like a spike you put in rock to go to climb them, to go like rock climbing.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. So I put a pitton in each one of them.
Sleight of hand.
Okay.
Well, just to make sure that you don't trigger the trap again.
Correct.
I'll just make you do it once.
Upside down. That's 9. Sleight of hand. 9.
It should be pretty decent. You got good dexterity.
It's a 9 plus 5, so 14.
Okay. I'm assuming you're not standing anywhere close to where.
No. I would have leaned back in. And I would have warned them, hey, don't bump these.
Yeah, don't bump.
And be careful. There may be more traps. If there's one, there's more.
This is just a shame though that you had a tink 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 tink.
I know.
Make a little bit of noise to
a little bit.
seal the trap.
Well, I would have used the back of my dagger. Try not to. I don't have a hammer.
So you know what that means? You ain't tapping it very light now, are you? To drive him in?
A little bit, trying to get him in there.
So roll for initiative.
No, I did not say roll for initiative. I just said it just made some noise.
Okay, after I get
and now roll for initiative.
As I turn around, what am I looking at once I is it like a little tunnel? Am I coming out on the other side?
So you come through and you see this.
Yeah, before I go pop it out, I'm gonna do my best to be very mindful of where I'm at and what I'm looking for. Like there's got to be something in here I don't like.
It's a very, but you see this. There's glowing rocks all over the place.
Okay. I don't see anything moving.
Yeah, there's nothing moving. There's some stalactites above you. It's not very very high in here. But none of you have to crouch down. Even the tall one. The room seems much bigger to two of you. But yes, it's like the initial. There's stuff through. There's a few paths that veer off and stuff like that. But you can still see It's just slightly low light. Wherever the lights are, you don't really see color very well, but because it's sort of bright, but still you can see movement and shape and stuff like that. So instead of saying that you see grays in the dark, you see sort of a blue hue and stuff like that.
So it's not like traditional dark vision. You're actually seeing some color.
Yeah. Well, it's not dark.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Normally, when in the dark, we see black and white.
So you're just seeing just a little bit of poured light. But amongst the caves, there are some other colors that peer through in several sections. So you're right in the mouth of the entrance. So there are some gold glowing places, and again there are lots of rocks that are glowing.
Shiny math rocks.
I'd look at her and well, you're a little more familiar with this than me. I just know not to touch anything shiny without permission.
Well, with your Underdark heritage, you can.
I would kind of know a little, but I wouldn't know much.
Not like her, because that's your other proficiency, right?
Right. Yeah.
So you can go ahead and roll for investigate. No, survival, and you get to add your proficiency bonus into it.
I think she's already proficient. She'd have to double it.
Ooh, she's.
Oh, God bless me. Where's it at?
7.
So 7, 8, 9, 12 plus 3, 15.
15.
So you go through. You have seen these rocks quite often. They are quite harmless. They generate no heat, but they do well for light. Your giant companions would often venture into the Underdark, and get some of these to light your underground home. The issue is they were usually way deeper than, especially this high up in the ground, and they're definitely usually not on the ground, but they're usually on the ceiling.
This doesn't sound.
Are we upside? Are we in the upside down?
Do
Do you share this
like
knowledge?
with my nature, do I recognize
Sounds like useful knowledge.
These things are not where they ought to be.
nothing
Like
in
I said,
there is?
don't touch the shiny things.
Do a nature. I assume that you all have entered into the
Yes,
the cavern.
slowly and carefully.
Move them into the edge.
Because she says what she says about these aren't supposed to be
Blue
on the
rocks,
ground.
yeah. These
and
aren't where they're
I
supposed to
reiterate
be.
the point of
They're on the ground. They should be
like I said,
on the
don't
ceiling.
touch the shiny things.
They don't generate heat. They're usually just sort of up.
My character tends to be like the goat from the Hoodwinked cartoon, a little paranoid, try to be fair for everything.
Well, you've not spent much time in the Underdark. The Underdark is quite different ecosystem. You do know enough, though, that you do know enough about the underground to know that you too feel uneasy because this is not an underground type thing.
Okay.
So again, you're all in entranceway. You got 3 ways. There's a left, there's a right, and there is forward. To your left is one of the different colors. There's yellow, something bright yellow, like a goldish shine.
I look at her and go, "Do you know the difference in the colors?"
She's not colorblind.
No, I mean,
meaning of what
like
the
are some dangerous
are the
or some
gold.
not?
Sorry,
Do some lead to be around?
Sorry, that's sarcasm.
Yeah, of course it is. We fight sarcasm with literalism.
Let me roll for sarcasm.
Yeah.
I have advantage.
Hold on, let me roll for some smartass.
So, any idea which direction we should?
That was kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah, I just worded it.
Yeah. Which color should we choose?
Like I said, your ranger who is proficient in some of this stuff. It's like
Yep, that's why I'm asking. It would be what, a survival for her, or history,
it's like, do you want to check any? You want to check for?
definitely checking for more traps.
Yeah, more traps.
or molesting.
Do you want to do like a survival?
Let's just check for traps.
If she'll point the direction, I'll check for more traps.
Do you want to do a survival to see if you see anything?
Well, if you're gonna check for traps, can I
just
check
need
for
to know.
history?
I just need to know which direction to go.
You need a real survival to check for tracks.
Tracks and traps.
I thought you said traps.
I'll check for
You
traps.
traps,
You check
you
for
do
traps.
What is your
Yeah.
survival?
Because you
Mine's
get
plus
bonus
8.
on it, once again, being in
Plus
your
5.
favorite
And Belly,
terrain.
Belly can
And
also
I have
roll survival to
advantage.
see if there's
Yeah.
anything with animals and stuff like that too.
This is true.
So like,
So we can
all you
also
have
roll.
skills. Is the dwarf want to run
Yeah.
that survival for anything that he
21.
would know than learn?
Would I use survival
There's no alcohol.
or
21.
Investigation
I
and
didn't
searching
roll
for
investigation
traps.
for
You're
Go
rolling
traps?
ahead
for
because
different
we're
things.
rolling
Survival
different
for
things.
traps.
Oh, gotcha.
You're using your skill sets for different things.
Okay, so
13
investigation
plus
for
3.
traps.
Yeah. So 15.
Oh, that's not bad.
16.
16.
Did you double your
Is your
proficiency?
survival? No,
You
your
put-
survival is 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 3. Or we're not adding proficiency bonus.
No, you're adding proficiency.
Okay.
So it's plus 8.
So whichever direction she.
Instead of a 5, it's an 8. You're doubling your proficiency bonus.
Mm-hmm. No, that's one of your skills as a ranger. You get to double. You.
Okay, well, you just lost me.
What'd you roll?
An 8.
You get more
16.
numbers.
So
I'm not sure where you pulled that from because my survival's a plus
yes,
5.
and you get to
And my
add,
proficiency's a 3, not a 4.
but 5 plus 3 is 8
An 8.
plus 8, 16.
Okay.
So like you
In that way, but I thought you meant that this was an 8, and I'm like, no,
no.
not even double. It's
No.
not an 8. Where are you getting that from?
but yeah, it's okay. But like when you're in
math
situations
and my
like that,
math.
you get to add the proficiency to that. Like in your situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anytime you're in the Underdark or the forest.
Did you not make the mathlete team?
No.
No,
of
she
course
just
not.
didn't know you're supposed to add that anytime you did that.
So she rolled 16. I rolled 21.
Yeah. So that's
And-
what. So like how that number is calculated, it's actually already putting your proficiency bonus down in there, but you're already proficient in it too, so you get to double it.
Basically, it gives you expertise.
So,
Okay.
but it's 3 plus your number plus another 3. So, but whatever that number is down there, about any roll that I ask you for down here, you get to add 3 to the number on that sheet.
As long as we're in the Underdark.
Yeah.
You
And
get
same
to
thing
drop
with
that at
force.
3 on there. Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled as she points which direction to go. I do a investigation with a 17 for traps,
And then
21.
and if I also doing it as quietly as possible. If I need to roll a stealth again, let me know. Because I'm not trying to make any more noise than necessary.
Stealth and investigation means you're moving it.
Some noise is necessary.
Don't roll these rocks.
No. I want to roll these rocks so that's not
those
rolled.
rocks.
Yeah, so you move like 10
the
feet.
blue rocks.
You can do a 10-foot square.
Okay, that's fine. Which are we in a tunnel this way?
All right, so
We're heading in this way.
Well, let me explain what. Thanks to her, she looks through. She looks through.
Or wait, no. See, never mind.
She went and checked, and the way that it almost looks like it's flat, but it's not. So she goes through and looks, and she says, "Well, most of the time, the Underdark passages, I have a slight slope to go down. So she does. If you go straight, that should be it. Because if they're trying to meet Protege in the Underdark, more likely you're going down instead of to the right is up.
Okay.
So that would actually go up into the mounds and the mountains that way. So, but this straight path is the best path right now. So you look right in front of her. So for 10 feet in front of her, like there's nothing right in front of her, so you can get.
So there's nothing like right here.
Yeah, you can literally stand right beside her. In the square beside her. Yep.
She's here. She was kind of like on us.
Yeah. So there. While this is going on, Belny's checking for any animal signs or things like that. You know, she got 21, right? Okay. So you're going through, and it doesn't look like anything's really been through here a while that's animal, but you can tell that it looks like there's been some rocks moved and rolled around.
Would I've noticed any foot traffic while looking for traps on the ground?
She was looking for tracks.
Well, no, me. If I was while I'm looking for traps, would I maybe notice something? Or should
there's no animal.
Should I roll
like she didn't find any animal.
Well, I would have been looking more for footprints. She would have been looking for animal. I mean, I didn't know if in perception also while investigating.
If you were looking for that slow, like you'd notice footsteps if there were footsteps.
Okay.
Or humanoid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not humanoid.
Something other than animal. Yeah.
Bipedal.
Yes. Or quad if it's big enough, and there's a few centaurs around. I'm sure.
Let's hope not.
Well, I mean,
we ran into one once.
Not unless they're on our side.
Yeah. Really not looking to pick a fight with them. Especially not if it's a were centaur or a zombie centaur. No, thank you.
So we're good. Can we move a few
vampires?
Like I said, you can go 10 feet without setting anything off, and you know that there's.
Okay, so let's go 10 feet forward because we know that part's safe.
Move us forward. Okay, yeah, that's the space I'd check for traps up to here.
Everyone's passive perception does hear that there are like some rock sounds, almost like rocking and rolling.
Great.
So, but you are making noise because no one.
Okay, and I'm assuming this is as far as we can see.
Do I need to hold my flame? Will that help us see even
You see
further?
fine.
Okay.
It's pretty bright. You all can see pretty good. Thanks to it's just everything has a bluish hue.
I'm looking up and seeing like, is it arched? Is it going up and over? Are they like ledges above us, or is it just
a bunch of
up?
stalactites?
Okay, so there's no like nothing could be walking around above on a ledge above us, looking down, or dropping stuff.
Okay, do we need to roll again?
No, it depends how you want to proceed.
I don't want to take God in forever.
Alright, definitely rolling a
Perception of a 19. Just a quick look and listen. If they keep standing here moving at 10 squares a moment, I'm going to start moving through them.
You're not Rocky.
That is true. You're not.
So, because you were smart enough to understand the sounds, the more noise you all make, like I just said, that
we're waking stuff up.
No, it's vibrating, making the rocks move because you're making noise.
Yeah, the quieter we move through here, the better. The more noise we make, the more this place shakes and rattles. And I don't think that's good.
Around me.
Yeah, I don't think we want this place rattling apart.
10 at a time.
Which I would say very quiet.
Well, that was him because he did a he did a stealth roll.
Which if I need to do, I will keep doing at 10 foot at a time if I have
to. Here's
Okay, my stealth was 14 to go a little further than 10 feet at a time. And then I did the 25 on my survival
so you're just
around
going
it.
Through.
Yeah.
So Belny goes another 10 feet past you guys, and she's just sort of looking for anything that could be. Luckily, with her, she didn't make a lot of noise, so the sounds of the rumbling was not there. With your survival, though, you have been underground because you understand the noise is the stalactites being really sort of loose,
getting ready to fall.
So like certain vibrations or pitches may cause them. The one thing that no one asked about is how. It's like, have you all touched any of the?
I ain't touching anything shiny.
No one's touched anything that's shinies or whatever.
I warned everybody of that when we first got in there. What she said.
But also, our dwarf, being a dwarf, understands about stalactites too. So at this point, you got
structural soundness.
Yeah, these should be
perception. That's a 22 for rock.
Right.
Stone cutting.
So you're looking at the type of material up there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I guess me taking some damage is probably less important than me figuring out the quietest way through here.
Let me tell you what he knows about these. This cavern was once underwater. It was once underwater. So it is no longer underwater. So that's why because they're used to like being surrounded by water and things like that. That might also be why these certain materials have probably flown up from the underground and come up with water. So this is probably like part of a spring system. For some reason, there ain't nothing here anymore.
We did kind of
very quietly. I'm going to put my bow up, pull my shield out, and my sword is going to be at the ready.
All right, slide a hand to see if they bang each other.
Okay.
And looking at everything in here,
good point.
And knowing about the crystalline structures, stalactites, all of that. Do I have a pretty good idea that if we back up to the cave door and I just slam the hammer against the wall, a lot of this stuff will fall down and we don't have to worry about it?
There's a chance a lot of it would fall if you want to do that.
Well, I
doesn't close
23
in
to
the
not
whole cave.
sleight of hand.
Okay, so you didn't claim.
I mean, of course, I'm just looking at that. It might create just a lot more spikes on the ground.
Tougher terrain to go over, but at least it's not going to fall on our heads.
Amen to that.
Everybody back to the door.
Does everyone agree to go back to the door?
We get. Hey, just stand up. You know what? We back up. Look, if we back up to the door, I'll get just inside. You get right there. I'm just under, and I'll hold a shield over your head. While you hit.
All right.
Back us out. Back out the ladies. Back out the ladies.
Yeah. Just making sure they follow.
I'm just saying that. Do you have any spells that make sounds? You might be able
Thunderclap.
Oh,
anything
actually,
similar?
Thunderclap.
She did have it.
That sounds like VD.
But have I changed?
But if anything that could make sound could be.
Well, I have thaumaturgy.
Oh.
Cantrip.
Yep.
That could possibly.
Oh, is a cantrip? Yeah, that would be good.
That's actually.
Because I don't have my thunderclap.
Yeah, yes, that would actually work well. Roll to see how the pit like the dwarf tells you that from your roll earlier it needs to be a higher pitch to sort of vibrate him instead of a lower pitch.
I kind of like when I take this shield here and this hammer here and I smash the shield with this hammer. It makes a really high pitched loud bong sound.
Yep.
I think that should do it.
Yep.
But if you'd rather scream at it, you can do that.
No, please be my guest.
Like the thermoducts, it could be directed.
Yeah.
Well, but like how large is the opening of the mouth of this space that we're in? Like
the size of a big
that
bear.
when you think of like sound direction.
Well, you know which way you want to go. You can actually send the direction you
Oh,
want
yeah.
it to go instead of
And that way it just clears the path, and then anything that falls, it'll knock off any traps that are in the way too.
Yeah.
So if you do a direct line to the direction in which we're headed,
Don't your character have a way to like make the earth shape? Like
We were just
Sorry.
talking
Okay,
about it, but I was.
I can make the earth.
Yeah, I knew you could do the
looking
sound,
for
but I thought you could make the earth shape. Well, it didn't do damage, but
no,
it
that was
just
the AC/DC board.
Mine does damage, so.
You should be all night.
Yeah, that one.
Why is that not coming up?
She kept
There.
your spell list clean.
There we go. Boom.
Okay, I have mold earth as a cantrip.
That's
That
what they use.
might be helpful if
Ever
her
seen.
thing goes awry. Because then
Her
you
eyes
can.
were
She was the hottest little
Well,
half
thing
thing
is,
I've
if
ever
it walks
seen.
away, you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her horns were showing.
All right. So you got your spell.
So, yeah.
And never mind.
Like you just have to hit cast, but
No, I know. I'm just looking because I have options because I can scream at it.
Well,
Cause harmless
all else
tremors
fails.
in the ground for 1 minute.
All else
Oh,
fails.
yeah.
I have a
Well,
metal
then-
That's
pot.
part of thaumaturgy. Like I have,
Hey,
there are options I have in
never
regards
All
to.
else fails. I have a metal pot. You don't have.
well, if you can call
So-
small, you can do small little trimmers. You can literally do the
Yeah,
small little
or I can
trimmers.
do
all
it
over
in
the
an
path.
instant.
All else
Or I can
fails.
create
Simplicity
an
works. I have a
instantaneous
metal pot.
sound
He
that
has a hammer.
originates from a
You're going to
point.
have the whole place come down. That's the whole
Oh,
point.
I thought we were just trying to get the stalactites to fall and get them out the way.
That's what she's doing.
Listen to the ladies and let us do our thing.
The ladies that come up, they can actually just have the one section and get it down instead of have the entire place come down. So if you do the gong, it will have everything.
Where, yeah.
So
So,
she can make all the stalactites go for the direction you're going.
That old 60s song.
It's the difference between a Dwarvish lockpick and a regular lockpick. I can smash it and make it open, but it's not going to be as pretty as if she does it.
Okay,
so it does have range area of being 30 feet. So is that all that I can affect is 30 feet?
Perimeter,
Basically,
it's a
it's
cantrip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's
well, I'm just saying in the
So
sense
you can
of
do- you can
30
do-
feet of distance into
you
the
can do
cave
30
is all
feet.
I'm going to have
So-
effect on, and then we walk in and
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
do it
which
again.
is our
30.
max
And
movement
then,
issue.
then
anyway.
Bounty says she has mold earth. So if it blocks your path,
She
guess
can-
what she
Get it
can
out of the
do.
way. Can excavate it.
Yep,
So-
yep.
So instead of you all having to clear it,
So we got one knocking down the cobwebs and the other one sweeping.
across the sea.
Hey, so she's gonna knock down the cobwebs and she's gonna sweep them up, and we're gonna make sure nobody gets dead.
You make me a sandwich, I'll have a beer. Sounds like a great party.
No, you already have the beer, and I already have the sandwiches made.
Okay. Well, let her cook, her clean. We'll eat sandwiches and drink beer. Let's go.
So I pull a ration out of my pocket and hand it to him.
alright. So go ahead
Always
and
curious.
cast your cantrip,
So-
and it's gonna go 30. It's gonna go for 30 feet. What I would like is for you to do a Constitution save to see how bad it causes, like the control of it, to see how bad it causes the path to miss.
You're rolling your pitch perfect. You have to hit that high C just right to break the crystal.
I'll say more of a C sharp.
C sharp. Or else we'll be
You
flat.
don't even have. Oh,
I
never
see.
mind.
Or, I mean, if she went full Fran Drescher,
well, I got a 10 for the
that would rattle
Constitution
some rocks,
save.
That's not awful. So I want to roll
No.
against it.
That's your
It's
save.
not awful.
What was it?
But yeah.
total.
I only have +1.
She did. That's okay.
In your Constitution save.
Yeah, but the saves.
No.
It's +1.
I
Wait.
know.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
She got it.
I'm gonna knock you out.
No, but listen, she's still in the Underdark, everybody.
Oh, you still get that extra +3.
Yeah, but she
proficiency.
wasn't even going to her Constitution save. She went to her
I
Constitution
did.
modifier.
I
No,
went
she
to my
didn't.
Constitution save.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you're right.
So,
And then add 3
So
of that.
13.
so you
Because
have.
you do get to add 3.
So you,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just didn't add my proficiency
Yes.
bonus.
But everything you do down here, you get to add 3. So that's a very big plus for a ranger. It's like when you.
Is that cool? Did that work with a tax too, maybe or not?
No, not tax. That's a shame. But.
That would be awesome.
All right, so I'm
They
gonna.
do get bonuses against their favorite enemy, though.
This is true.
Well, should I like? Okay, so and you did a 13,
Yeah.
which ironic. I rolled a 14, so it's only slightly worse. So it's not awful. So all it's going to do is like normally, if it's just going to reduce your movement through it by 5 feet. So if you normally walk.
So what would have
35,
been? It would have been this would have been 30 feet of.
Yeah. So for
Distance.
30 feet,
Rough terrain.
you only have you only have
affecting
5
25.
feet.
Right.
So you've just lost 5 feet of movement.
Okay.
So instead of it going halving you all the way through, or that they'll need you to clean up, like you really just got 1 square of annoyance.
Okay.
And she clears to about right here. Oh, that's what 30.
Well, yeah, she got 30
30,
feet.
yeah.
It's a straight line, so 30. So you move everybody up, and depending on your movement speed, do not forget. So
I think. Well, no, are you limited in what's your
she
movement?
got
speed?
35.
I have 35 and
Oh,
nothing's
okay.
difficult.
I think the
terrain
rest of
for
us
me.
is, and I think the rest of us are 30.
Not
Are
bad.
you 35?
No.
30 or 25? Okay.
Yeah,
he's
so he
25.
got to move 20 feet.
Okay.
So, all right. So, do you wish to do this again?
Do it again. The
Yeah,
same
sure.
cantrip. All right.
So rolling Constitution again.
Do the Constitution. Do not play.
Oh, Jesus Lord. Okay. If this is all you're gonna do, I'm gonna put you in the dunce chair and we're done for the night, ma'am. That's pitiful.
Perception of 21 as she's doing this. I'm just checking the breaks and the faults.
And I'm still.
Basically, that was a 5.
With the plus 3?
I rolled a 1.
Oh, it's automatic.
Nat fail.
It's natural fail.
Yeah.
So like you're sort of excited and.
But
so,
I can mold the
So
earth.
you're about to do the thermaturgy or whatever. I'm struggling to say it.
Thaumaturgy.
But as you do it, for some reason, there are people in your party that like to talk a lot and sort of interrupt you while you're trying to speak, and it sort of throws you off on your pitch horribly. And it comes crashing down. Boom. So you definitely like it's so bad that you'd literally be able to move 5 feet if you don't do mold earth.
So I molded the earth and got it out of her way.
So how far? Like what's the circle for mold earth?
The range is 30 feet.
Oh well.
And I can move it like 5 feet to the side,
Okay.
like out of our way.
Okay. So you got 30 feet of clear path. That's a spell though for you, isn't it?
Cantrip.
Boulder is a cantrip.
Man, you always
Did you just snarl at us?
That's like, God.
He wants to be burning spell slots right now.
These girls are gonna.
That's like,
Your plan. It's like,
Miss Melanie.
You're
Miss
making
Melanie, where would you? This is 30.
she's
Which
sharing
where
the
would
same
you-
space.
I'm sharing space.
Well, I know she can go 35. I didn't know if she wanted to go.
Well,
over
I
that.
won't go ahead
She's
though.
stuck to her butt. That's
she-
how she
Oh,
moves.
okay.
She will be in the same exact square.
All right. Well, I'm moving.
she is my
to,
little friend right now.
yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But behind me, that's 25.
Okay, so you come
That
up.
works out perfect with everybody's movement.
Yeah. So luckily you've got someone behind you.
Okay, I have got to run to the bathroom.
Alright,
Okay,
so-
do you think?
It's okay. I'm gonna do a little pause while